Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Menifee Valley. And today our theme this month is listening to your heart. Today's topic is called The Great Work of Your Life. And for those of you who have the Science of Mind magazine, I thought that some of the readings this week in the daily guides were quite inspiring, and just the listing of the daily guide, the topic for each one. For Friday, it was titled Your Life Insurance, and then for Saturday, it's What We Do with It. Today's reading is called The Humble Gift, and tomorrow's reading is You Have to Turn the Light On. If you want to grow in consciousness, if you want to bring forth a greater experience in your life, you can't do it in a dark room. You need to turn the light on and see what's going on. So today, in the great work of your life, we're talking about some information that was put forth in a book by Gay Hendricks, and it was called The Big Leap. And it's talking about, what is the purpose of your life? What is your dharma? What is your divine intent for you to be here in your life? And Ernest Holmes often speaks about this divine urge, this sacred work that each and every one of us is called for into this life expression. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, would say to this, and I'm kind of paraphrasing him, the idea that if there's a dissatisfaction in your life, if there's a restlessness that's going on, that there's the sacredness, there's the divine presence that is calling you forth to come into that expression for what you are meant to be in this life, in this experience. And the experience or the expression that each of us is being brought here for is unique to our own self, unique to our own individual personality of who we are. And whenever we find ourselves trying to compare ourselves to the life of another, or to the measurement of life success that somebody else has set for them, and we're trying to match that, then we're not following our own purpose. We're not following that which is that we are meant to be as an individual. That there is a place in this world for each and every one of us, and each of us must go within, and we must find that significant place within us that calls us into our divine presence. For it is said that we are each uniquely poised to express our special gifts and our special talents and our special skills. And only you can determine what those are. You need to move forward in your life experience and discover that and reveal that truth for yourself. And it's not something that is measured up into one another. The reading in the Science of Mind magazine today, it speaks about the humble gift. And the author, David Alt, is talking about an experience that he had when he was traveling over. He does a lot of work in Asia, in Cambodia, in different regions over there, where he has gone to help build some schools for children. And there are a couple of individuals that want him to go to this small village where they live, and they're doing a very rudimentary building of a school there for their village, and they want to show him what they're doing. And they go to their mother's, really it's a hut, and she's wanting to offer whatever she can. So she's, creating a meal, and she's creating some refreshments for Reverend David and the people that are traveling with him. And he expresses how he's a little concerned about, the sanitation that of the vessels in which he's going to be using the spoon and the bowl, and drinking out of a coconut that was just cut down out of the tree. But then he remembers this scripture in the Bible where it talks about how, many of the wealthy come to the altar with all of their gold and their glitter, and yet the poorest of the poor shows up and they give a very small offering, but it is everything that they have that they're making in their offering. Much like this mother in this small village is offering everything that she has in her small, humble way, but to her, it's as if she's giving everything in order to invite and welcome this guest into her home. So it's not about the size or the value or the glitter of the gift that we offer, but it really is about that unique skill and talent and treasure that is ours to give. So that when we're giving from deep within ourselves, when we're giving from that unique skill and talent that is ours and only ours to have, that's when we are truly bringing forth into the world the great work of our life. For each of us is here for a sacred purpose. Each of us is here to be that expression of the divine spirit, that there is a divine urge that is being pushed through our experience and our life. And oftentimes, I have found in my experience that when I'm faced with a challenge, when I'm faced with an obstacle that appears to be something that I'm not going to be, or feels like I can't achieve it or move through it or accomplish whatever it's facing me, then's when I take the time to become silent and step back into my higher self, into that which I know is the divine presence that's dwelling within me, and I call upon that truth that I know is there for me. In the book The Big Leap, the author Gay Hendricks talks about these different zones of competence that each of us has, and he lists them as the zone of incompetence, that where we're doing things that we're just really not any good at, and we really shouldn't be doing them. If it's something that is just not part of your talent, then try not to spend any more time there than you actually have to. And then he speaks about the zone of competence, where our activities, we're competent at them, and we do them, fairly well, but others can do them too. So it's just a matter of, we're just kind of going along and doing, the normal sort of things. And then those who move into their zone of excellence, they're moving into that area that they're doing something with that they do extremely well, and that they make a perhaps a good living at it. They're producing, they're achieving, they're accomplishing things that they're quite good at doing. And many people get into this zone of excellence because that's who they are, and it becomes their comfort zone. It's like, this is where I'm really pretty good at doing, and I'm very comfortable at it, and I know that I can do it. In fact, I can probably do it in my sleep without much effort at all, but I'm still doing the good work. So it becomes our zone of comfort. And yet we're still feeling that restlessness. We're still feeling like maybe we're not doing our part. We're still feeling like maybe there's just a little bit something more that we can do. And the author says that's when we can step out of our zone of our comfort zone, and we can step into our zone of genius. And that's where something that we are uniquely set to do, that is the presence, it's that spiritual truth of who we are, that it's coming out into expression. It's when we feel mostly alive. It's when we feel like we are really in that right place, that whatever we are doing, however small or however large it may be, that it is unique for us to do. And when we are doing it, we know that we are fulfilling our purpose. We know that we are feeling that we are in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. And the universe is always right there supporting us and bringing forth whatever resources, whatever it is that we need in order to continue to do that, and do it in a most genius way, to do it in a way that says, this is what I have been called to do. It is when I feel my greatest sense of satisfaction, not based on something that somebody else is doing or somebody else is measuring or somebody else is critiquing, but in my own heart, in my own being, in the depth of who I am. This is when I feel my greatest self. This is when I feel like I'm really here serving my purpose. And that's what we're being called forth to do. And that's what our philosophy and our teaching is inviting us to come into our experience, to evolve and grow and develop and bring forth the skills and the talents that we have, not so that we're doing excellent work, but that we're at the level of genius, that we're doing what is unique to our special skill and our special talent. And it matters not, how the physical world out there wants to measure it. It's more important as to how is it feeling within my own soul, within my own heart. And this theme that we are speaking about this month is listening to our heart, listening to our unique beat, to the rhythm that we have with the universe, so that we are doing what it is that we need to be doing in this time and place. So I just invite you to consider that the Spirit is within you. The Spirit is asking and calling you forth into a greater expression of truth of who you are, so that you can feel that divine feeling. You can be in that place of, the fire and the imagination and the creativity that wants to express through you. That we are using the tools that are given to us here in this philosophy that we're learning through our affirmations, through our spiritual mind treatment, through all of the opportunities and challenges that are there in front of us, in order that we can continue to be that greater expression of who we are meant to be. So I know that as the universe, that divine urge is welling up within each one of us. I know that we are coming together as we do in our beloved community because we believe that we have a sacred space. We believe that we have a community that is meant to serve at a greater level of truth and understanding. And we believe that each of us is the divine that we've been seeking, that it already dwells within us, for we are that which we have been calling forth. And I know that as we continue to do that, that we will show up and be all that we are meant to be in this expression. Today's affirmation is, I answer the call to discover, to liberate, and express my divine genius. I answer the call to discover, to liberate, and to express my divine genius. And I want to give a reading from our founder, Ernest Holmes, titled The Call. This I saw, or else some greater presence made it known to thee. The universe is filled with life, the earth, the sky, the sea, and teemed with intelligence, with majesty and might. Deep within me, some subtle inner sight beholds and sees, comprehends and knows the all. No fears, no falters, but answers the divine call to be as one beyond the bonds of time and space, to overcome the bondage of the human race, and to leap with trust, undaunted and free, into the depths of that infinite sea, whose waters calm are ready to receive those who in simple faith believe. So I know that in our belief that we are here truly in this purpose of creating a world that works for all, that as we continue to do the practice, to live the philosophy, to bring forth the truth of each and every one of us in our own and unique and individual way, that we will continue to show up in our beloved community, creating a space that feels the love, a space that feels safe, a space where we can show up and be just exactly who we are, because we know that in the mind of God, we are already made whole, perfect, and complete. Blessings and namaste.